Good morning. How are you today? The reason I am coming to you live today is because I am taking delivery of the all-new 2020 Cadillac CT4-V, the new small sedan from Cadillac, which ostensibly replaces the ATS. And I thought it was interesting to show you this live today because I just got notification that the car will be here in just a few minutes and it's being delivered to the house. And the reason that is because of the whole pandemic situation. We are no longer, we meaning journalists, are no longer attending these press junkets. So we're not flying around the country like we normally would be for these sorts of things. So it's interesting to see how the auto manufacturers are rethinking the process. And so for this particular car, the Cadillac is being driven directly to me, and it's going to be a short loan. It's going to be overnight. So I get the car this morning, and then sometime tomorrow afternoon, they'll come back and pick it up. And I'm doing a Skype with the CT4 design team tomorrow. And yeah, so this is the new world that we're living in. And this is not the only one of these I'll be doing this summer. Other manufacturers, including Kia, are doing similar things. So I thought you might find that a little bit interesting. It's the first time I'm doing something like this. So I thought maybe if I hung on here live long enough, you would be able to see the car pull in if their estimate of arrival was accurate, which would be just a couple of minutes. So the car behind me is not the Cadillac, as you can see. However, it's the new Buick Encore GX, which I just finished shooting this morning. So that's been here for the past week. And thank you, sir. And yeah, so I will have that review up probably in the next few days. But for the next 36 hours or so, all of my efforts will be concentrated on the new Cadillac because I only have about that long with it, so I have to really dive deep into it. And then my buddy Lance and I are going to go out tomorrow and do all of our shooting at our airstrip and a few other places that we like to take cars that go fast. And this car should be pretty fast. It's got the new dual volute 2.7 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which produces about 380 pound-feet of torque. And the car weighs, I think, about 3,600 pounds. So it's not light per se, but I would imagine that kind of power and the torque that it's going to produce is going to result in some pretty darn quick acceleration. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. I have no idea what colors it's coming in or what options. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that, my friend. And I know this car can be optioned with Super Cruise. And I haven't driven a Super Cruise equipped Cadillac since the CT6 several years ago, but I love that feature. And I'm surprised that other manufacturers have been so slow to copy it. The closest thing on the market right now, this side of Tesla, would be some of the higher end Mercedes models, but they're not as good. And then of course the new F-150 is going to have similar capabilities when it arrives this fall. But kudos to Cadillac, and so hopefully this car will have the Super Cruise feature to it. But and again, I don't know if it's going to be all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. I don't know much about the specs. I haven't been told much, but I've told there's going to be a few little perks with this loan. So I think they're trying to emulate to some degree. Yeah, go Yankees. I think they're trying to emulate the experience of being on a press junket by maybe throwing in a few little perks. So I have to see what that's all about. Anyway, this is not timing out as well as I thought, is it? Where's the car? Where's the car? It should be coming down that road momentarily. Yeah, so this is how this works, by the way, if you're not aware. So I do my reviews, usually 2 cars a week. Sometimes 1 car a week, depending on the shoot schedule and so forth. But the cars are here, and then the company will come that delivered this car, the Buick. It's also the same company that handles the Cadillac deliveries here in the Northeast. And so they'll be bringing that car in here and swap them. But because this is such a short loan, they'll be back tomorrow evening, and then actually I'm on to a Ford loan program after that. Yeah, that's Oh, yeah, that is true. I think it is less expensive for car companies. And if this turns out to be a less expensive way to get journalists into these cars, this could sound the death knell for the traditional press junket in the automotive world, because perhaps they'll just continue this even after the COVID pandemic ends. I don't know. They'll probably test it and see how it works. Oh, okay. So Wesleyan Church tells me that these new CT4 and CT5s will probably have late availability on the Super Cruise, so maybe not until next year. That sounds reasonable. I did not see that, but thank you for the information. We'll see. You know, sometimes these are pre-production models too, and they might have features that aren't currently available on the retail market, so we'll see. I can't tell you how fast it is yet, my friend. We will find that out today and tomorrow. We'll see, but I bet you it's going to be pretty darn quick. I mean, 380 pound-feet, hitting low. You know, it's going to be a pretty quick little car. And it's funny, my buddy Lance, who's helping me with the shoot tomorrow and who has appeared on many a drive time segment over the years, he has an ATS V6 all-wheel drive sport, and he loves it. So why is nobody talking about the reliability of the new cars? You know what? This is what I always tell people when they question me about reliability. I get the car for a week. What on earth could I possibly tell you about reliability that would give any credence to it? If the car doesn't break while I have it, what on earth could I tell you about it? So you'll have to let the big boys handle that. And then when I point people to J.D. Power, they get all up in arms telling me how they're paid off and corrupt and they don't really matter. But hey, they are the industry standard for such things. And until they get replaced by something else, that's what you have to go by. So if you're interested in reliability ratings, I would tune into J.D. Power's website and take a look at all that stuff. Well, let's see. Steve, you thought of adding a drag performance? Adding a draggy performance box? I'm not even sure what you're talking about there. Sorry about that. I'm trying to read a few questions that are popping up on my screen here. Well, maybe they're a little late. I have a car wash near my house. They usually get the cars cleaned up. It's been a little rainy this morning. It's very, very humid. And we'll gas the car up, usually wash it before they bring it in if it's dirtied itself on the way up from New Jersey. Well, this will be fun. And I'm sorry it's taking longer than I thought. We're 8 minutes in here and there's still no car. Yeah, you want to hear about that patch of grass, Nick? Problem is that I've got a sprinkler system and I try to take good care of my lawn, but it has been bone dry up here for 2 months up until yesterday. And we have water restrictions in the town I live in, and so I can only water on odd numbered days between 1 and 4 a.m. And as you can see, that patch there is a little raised and it gets a lot of sun, and therefore it is brown, yes. But we received a lot of rain yesterday, and kind of poor timing because of my car shoot that I need to finish between today and tomorrow. We're getting a lot more. It's sad that almost 100% of the cars in the US are only offered with auto transmissions. Is it sad? I don't shed a tear over that. I don't really care, frankly. But the competitors to the Cadillac CT4-V would be any of those small sports sedans that are on the market. Here it is. Hey, look at this. Here it comes. Oh, here, this is the dramatic part. Here, I'll see if I can flip the screen here. Oh, yeah. Lots of sharp color. I like it. Look at the blue brake calipers there. Interesting. So here it is. Got a couple of guys here from the delivery company. And if they're not comfortable being on camera, I'll have to end my live stream. But I just wanted to show you this pulling in. This is the all-new 2020 Cadillac CT4-V, and it looks like it is equipped with all-wheel drive, which means, if I'm not mistaken, it does not have the magnetic ride control shocks. Darn. I believe that is not an option with the all-wheel drive model. And apparently we won't be doing too much drifting, but we'll see. Hey guys, if you're not comfortable with this, I'll stop it, but we're doing a live YouTube right now as you guys were pulling in. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, good.
Awesome. We got a lot of viewers here, so I just wanted to show them how this was going down due to the pandemic, how we normally do these loans for, you know, a week at a time, but this is going to be a little bit of a short one.
Yeah, really short one. Just a quick one for you.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
As long as the rain stays out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yep. This is pretty sharp.
Definitely. Nice color.
For some reason, I was expecting the rear-wheel drive model. Not that it particularly matters, but I see this is the all-wheel drive.
Yes, it is. Yes. You live in Albany, so you old one.
Yeah, it might snow up here for all you know, right?
No, it might.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is beautiful.
It's fun.
Love the piping on the seats.
Good ride. Yeah, it is a nice little ride. It really is.
This is Tom and Nick, by the way. These are two really good guys who I work with all the time, and they work for the company that delivers a lot of these GM vehicles. As always, perfectly clean upon delivery, even though I'm sure they hit some rain up on the way, so great job by these guys. So anyway, this is the CT4-V, and we're going to be shooting between now and tomorrow afternoon, and once that video is ready, I'll get that up to you later this week. Enjoy.